Sustanon at 1,500 milligrams per week represents the absolute extreme of testosterone. Abuse a dosage so high that it crosses from reckless experimentation into outright self-destruction. At this level, the body is subjected to a pharmacological assault that produces freakish muscle growth while systematically dismantling nearly every critical biological system. This is not bodybuilding. This is a toxicological crisis masquerading as performance enhancement. Complete hormonal warfare. Estrogen conversion runs rampant, requiring near-constant aromatase inhibitor use just to prevent severe gynecomastia and life-threatening water retention. Prolactin levels surge, leading to lactation in some users. The endocrine system is not just suppressed, it is functionally destroyed. At 1,500 milligrams weekly, the Forester testosterone blend creates an overwhelming androgen saturation that obliterates the body's natural endocrine function. The propionate and phenylpropionate esters spike testosterone levels to near-fatal heights within hours, while the isocaparate and decanode esters sustain this toxic overload for days. The result is a hormonal environment so extreme that the hypothalamus and pituitary glands cease signaling entirely, leading to total and likely permanent shutdown of natural testosterone production. The testes atrophy to the size of peanuts within weeks, and recovery even with aggressive post-cycle therapy becomes medically improbable. Blood pressure skyrockets into hypertensive emergency ranges, requiring multiple medications just to prevent stroke. Hematocrit levels exceed 65%, turning blood into sludge and forcing regular therapeutic phlebotomies to avoid clotting. Ventricular hypertrophy becomes severe, reducing cardiac output and leading to arrhythmias. Many users report constant palpitations and episodes of tachycardia so severe they wake up gasping at night. Lipid profiles become apocalyptic. HDL cholesterol disappears entirely, while LDL cholesterol reaches levels seen only in genetic hypercholesterolium. ST-alt enzymes reach levels seen in acute hepatitis. The kidneys, overwhelmed by protein metabolism and blood pressure damage, begin spilling albumin into urine, the first sign of impending renal failure. The pancreas struggles with insulin resistance, pushing many users into steroid-induced diabetes. Hemorrhoids and anal fissures develop from extreme blood pressure and constipation caused by water manipulation drugs. Strength surges so violently that lifters often add 100+ pounds to their bench press in a month. However, this growth is unsustainable and comes at a horrific cost. Sleep becomes impossible without heavy sedatives, as night sweats and racing thoughts persist. Pecs rupture under weights the muscles can handle, but the connective tissue cannot. Joints degenerate rapidly due to estrogen fluctuations and collagen breakdown. Many users at this dosage suffer catastrophic injuries that end their lifting careers permanently. Testicles vanish into the scrotum, and sperm counts drop to zero permanently in many cases. The prostate enlarges to dangerous sizes, causing urinary obstruction. Some users require catheterization just to urinate. Many former users must resort to IVF or adoption to have children. Testicular atrophy often proves irreversible, leaving men with permanently childlike gonads even after cessation. Muscle growth at the cost of structural collapse. Others experience steroid psychosis, paranoia, hallucinations, and delusions of grandeur. The withdrawal depression is so profound that it has driven multiple users to suicide upon attempting to quit. The anabolic effects at this dosage are beyond extreme users report, gaining 8 to 10 pounds of muscle in the first 2 weeks alone. Moon face from water retention combines with buffalo hump fat deposition to create a disfigured appearance. Acne becomes so severe it leaves crater-like scars across the back and shoulders. Stretch marks resemble third-degree burns as skin tears from rapid growth. Tendons and ligaments, unable to adapt to the explosive strength increases, tear under the strain. Shoulders dislocate during routine lifts. The voice may permanently deepen to an unnatural degree. Breasts develop that require surgical removal. The skin takes on a strange, leathery texture from altered collagen, its cardiovascular system in critical failure. The body has limits, and 1,500 milligrams of Sustanon weekly doesn't break them, obliterates them, leaving only a broken shell behind. No trophy, no title, no amount of muscle is worth this level of ruin. This is the dead end of performance enhancement, a road that leads only to regret. The heart and circulatory system face mortal danger at 1,500 milligrams weekly. This is not enhancement. It is systematic self-destruction for fleeting gains. The muscle built at this cost is temporary. Organ damage, hormonal destruction, and psychological scars are permanent. Tempting to quit leads to a crash so severe that many cannot endure it, crippling depression, total loss of strength, and a metabolic shutdown that piles on fat despite starvation diets. Autopsies of long-term high-dose users reveal coronary arteries resembling those of 80-year-old chain smokers. Their natural endocrine system is essentially dead, the price paid for temporary superhuman growth. Organ failure looms. The liver, despite Sustanon being injectable, suffers massive strain from processing this toxic load. The gastrointestinal system rebels. Roid gut distends the abdomen as visceral fat and organ enlargement push against the abdominal wall. The spleen and liver become palpable below the ribs. Neurological and psychological meltdown. The brain suffers terribly under this hormonal onslaught. Mood swings become so severe, they resemble bipolar disorders. Report waking up euphoric, becoming violently angry by noon, and suicidal by evening. Many develop roid rage episodes, where they black out from anger, destroying property, or assaulting others. Sexual and reproductive annihilation. Despite astronomical testosterone levels, sexual function collapses. Estrogen and prolactin overload cause erectile dysfunction, even with extreme libido. Fertility is obliterated. Recovery of sperm production, if possible, takes years. Physical deformities and permanent damage. The body distorts in grotesque ways at this dosage. Hair loss is rapid and permanent. Even body hair falls out in patches as follicles are nuked by DHT overload. The inescapable dependency? At 1,500 milligrams weekly, the body forgets how to function without external hormones. Most users at this level become permanent TRT patients, but even then, they require supraphysiological doses just to feel normal. Conclusion: a Faustian bargain. Sustanon at 1,500 milligrams weekly offers a glimpse of physiological limits and the horrific consequences of exceeding them. Those considering this path should understand, you are not pushing boundaries, you are erasing your future.